Welcome back, everybody, to the Apartment B201 podcast. It is actually episode 12 this week. Unlike last week, I was editing the podcast and I was like, shit, did I say 12? I said 12 the whole night, kind of screwed it up. But that was 11. This is 12.
What's
And
new?
now we're all caught up. This week, I wanted to talk about a few things. And it somehow all has to do with Apple in one way or the other. Not all of it, but some of it. I'm sure you guys heard of Apple's debacles with basically every major gaming company.
Apple, didn't they kick off Fortnite?
So it didn't start there, but we'll get to that. So about a week or two ago, Microsoft was planning to release their beta. Well, not it hasn't released yet, but they were talking about how they're planning to release it on Apple and Android. And it's a beta for their xCloud service, which for those who don't know, it's basically this online streaming service, kind of like how what Stadia was supposed to be, but actually good.
Can you sum me up on what Stadia is?
Stadia is like it's a streaming platform that Google released like a year ago that you could stream games at in 1080p or 4K, and it was like a monthly payment service for that. Except it was shit. The latency was horrible. It was just an awful program.
Now that I think about it, I heard about that on another
Yeah,
podcast.
there's other programs out there right now like GeForce Now, which is actually really good, but they claim you can link games to it, but you can't. But Xbox is what we're talking about right now, and with them, it's probably one of the best from the betas that have been going on right now through Android. It's been very good, but Microsoft actually went to go put it on the Apple Store for I guess the beta, and Apple said nope. So, and a lot of people are speculating that's because Apple doesn't actively let beta programs onto their platform. I guess just in their restrictions, it just is not happening. But I think Microsoft basically flat out said that like, well, we don't even know if we're gonna be able to have it on there at all. And then so that kind of pissed a lot of people off because I mean, granted, there are a lot of people with Androids out there, but not as many people as iPhones. I'd like to think, like the average
I wonder
consumer
what
base
the
who plays
ratio of that
games.
is.
Because
Do you,
Mav can play it here in a few weeks and can try out the beta if he wants, be able to play Halo on his phone or some shit.
I really doubt his phone could run that, man.
It's just based
on,
off your internet
man.
speed. You basically just stream it to your phone. It's like watching a YouTube video, except you're playing it. It has
No, I've seen his phone, dude.
you can't even stream it.
That thing's like falling apart. It looked like last time I saw it.
Man, why you gotta call me out like that?
No, I didn't say anything.
It do be true though.
Bro, the screen was trying to run away from the rest of the phone.
Oh, dude, that's a screen protector.
Oh,
It don't want to protect.
it doesn't want to
no more.
protect anymore.
God damn, dude. But yeah, that's basically like the Microsoft portion of it. But then this past week, Fortnite ended up getting banned, and it's kind of like a Epic Games fault, kind of not their fault sort of deal. So like Epic Games basically put a backdoor in Fortnite to where they get 100% of the revenue for V-Bucks. When you traditionally buy like in-game currency on through the Apple Store, which is what if you have an app in the Apple Store and you have in-game currency kind of shit, it takes you to the Apple Store to purchase it, and Apple gets 30% of the process, like 30% of the proceeds or whatever. Well, Epic was like, oh well, for $7.99, it directly sends you to our website where you then buy it. And so so Apple was really pissed about that, and they just banned Epic. And then I guess something similar happened on Google. So the Google store said, we're also gonna ban Fortnite. And so like not even like next day, Epic came out with a video where it like mimicked a 90s Apple commercial or something like that, where they basically just said, here's a lawsuit for Apple, here's a lawsuit for Google. So it's almost like they kind of knew that this was going to happen, and they had lawyers lined up, just documents ready, because there's no way they flipped a lawsuit like next day.
But
I mean, maybe they did, but like it's like a 60-page lawsuit to both companies for banning it and just having like poor practices as far as like how much they charge, which ironically enough, they're not doing this to Microsoft or Sony, which Microsoft and Sony both charge a 30% tax on their platforms as well. So it's kind of weird. So I don't know if like they had like other problems outside of outside of Fortnite, or not outside of Fortnite, outside of like mobile, you know, and like the kind of shit that they've been dealing with. But who knows? I mean, I thought it was very interesting that Apple's just taken over the pissing people off train this past few weeks.
What's new?
They don't normally piss me off. They piss you off, Log?
Yes.
Well, they piss Log off. That's 2 out of 3, so I guess they are.
What is it that pisses me off?
Apple. Did you?
Here, I just looked it up. There is more Android users than Apple.
Surprise.
Well, like over the course of like the entire world, yeah. I'm talking about like specifically within like the gamer realm.
Oh yeah. I wonder what that is.
I
Because a
don't
lot
know.
of gamers.
They use
A lot of-
Android.
Because a lot
Yeah,
of
a lot of-
countries only have access to cheap Android phones, and some countries Apple doesn't actively export
Yeah,
to.
but
I'd
a
still
lot
say
of,
that a lot of people that game still use Android because
A lot of what you may call a nerd would love to use an Android, you know, because they can do more stuff on it, you know.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
if you actively like do stuff with computers and like that, and maybe Android's better for you. I don't know. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Like
That's
maybe
kind
on
of
the
what we're
podcast, but-
saying though.
No, I know that's what you're saying. I'm just saying that, like, all right, whatever. I'll just stop talking if it's so funny for you, man.
That's kind of what we're saying is that like people that are more likely to be into like gaming or stuff like that, they're gonna use Android more than anything.
I don't think gaming was part of it. I think it's more of like a more tech oriented person, which I still don't think is relevant to the phone. I think it's just if you're actively using the phone for tech stuff, then you would rather have an Android over an iPhone. But, you know, if you're not, then I just don't see the point in having an Android.
So, bro, well, you say like Fortnite made a video.
Yeah, they like released a video or something mimicking it like an Apple commercial, like an older Apple commercial.
Damn, they're quick with it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I tried to find the video and I couldn't find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I just see like news articles and shit.
1980 Fortnite.
I don't know.
1980 Fortnite. Oh, it's from a 1984 Super Bowl ad. Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah, that.
Fortnite has 350 million users. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they were super quick with it, and it's funny, like the character that's in this video in it, like it's a fucking apple with a with a part bit out of it in the same part of the Apple logo.
Bro, these kids that play Fortnite on their phone, man, they are probably very hipster right now.
Man, and I mean, in my opinion, I feel like I don't know, nobody is in the right there. I mean, Epic Games kind of sucks for trying to go around Apple getting like a percentage of the revenue, but they both suck because they're just shitty billionaire companies. I mean, that's
Which shitty billionaire company's worse?
yeah. They like Fortnite's trying to be like, look at us, we did something huge, we defied Apple, but at the same time, like their whole platform's based off of trying to get kids to beg their parents to fucking spend money on it. Like, I don't know, they're both crappy.
Yeah, I mean, really all apps that are like directed towards children, they're all meant to get kids to buy shit.
They're trying to trying to make it seem like they're doing some big like groundbreaking thing by defying
anytime-
Apple.
Well, it's that they were like when they were selling the shit to the kids this go or whatever, it's that they sold it for $7.99 rather than $9.99 at the same price, because you can only buy on the App Store in one increment of V-Bucks apparently, and that's the $9.99 version. And apparently through Epic, you bought it at $7.99, and they got 100% of the revenue, which, you know, to me didn't really make much sense, because it's like
It's the same thing.
that's the same thing.
They're just trying to get
Yeah.
people to buy it more, and then got upset because they got caught breaking the rules.
I'm
and
sure
now
it was
they're
like a
throwing little fit.
limited time thing to get people to be like to think, well, buy from Epic, not to the App Store, kind of like to correlate that so that in the future they can up it to $10 and
And then they have the right to take it off of the App Store. Like, I mean, that's.
No, I mean it is like a direct violation of their.
Well, I mean, it's like
thing.
hey, we want you to know that we're making, you know, billions of dollars on this, and we want you to keep us on your platform that hosts these, you know, millions of people, but you get absolutely nothing out of it. I'd fucking kick them off too.
Yeah, I think I honestly, if personally, I think this was like a planned not necessarily an attack, but like they just were like, well, I'm sure that if we get it banned, then people
Will look like
a lot
martyrs.
of kids will retaliate. Yeah, will look like martyrs, and then they will do the thing and lower their percentages for all developers, because Epic is a big group as far as like them saying, well, we only take 12% of profits from developers. That's why you should come with us. And like clearly they want to also receive that sort of benefit from other people, you know?
Yeah, but their platform sucks.
I'm not going to deny that their platform is shitty, but from a developer standpoint, it makes sense why you would want to sell your game on there.
I mean, maybe
initially you're getting more initial sales like numbers, not like as far as in like total overall revenue.
Yeah, I don't think you get more sales on Epic. I think they just give you like, oh, we'll give you a lump sum in the beginning if you let us have exclusive rights for X amount of time, and then you actually get the real sales.
There's definitely a lump sum idea there because they want to bring people to their platform, but the sales that are done outside of that generate 88% revenue rather than 70% like how Steam does.
Well, yeah, so but then you have to look at total number of sales too, because like I'm gonna be honest, I refuse to buy a game off the Epic Game Store. Like I think that it's a really shitty platform. So I mean that's obviously I'm just one person, but I mean there's definitely more people out there that are like, well, if it's not on Steam, then I'm not gonna buy it. So yeah, I mean, are you really getting more from going with Epic, or?
I get that logic. It's not for you. It's not more for you. It's more for the developer.
No, I understand.
That's what I think you're.
I understand that, but I'm saying, but like, let's say, yeah, they're getting more per sale, but if their sales drop half of what they would be on Steam, are they really earning more money?
I don't think they are, because Borderlands 3 was exclusive for almost a year, for half a year on Epic, and it sold more copies at launch than Borderlands 2 did through Epic. So they didn't lose any of their numbers.
Well, you can't really go off that because it's a sequel that people were waiting for.
Well, exactly. Like it didn't hurt sales numbers as much as people assumed it would, because everybody was like,
you can't go based off that, because either way it's going to do more sales than Borderlands 2 is. Because it's a sequel that I think
it's assumed that it will, but you can't really just say just because it's a sequel to a popular game.
No, you 100% can, because it was a very popular game that people were waiting for the next one. Like, you can 100% expect that it's going to do better. It's like when I do a drop and it does X amount of sales and I gain X amount more followers, the next, like by the time I do my next drop, I can kind of expect that it's going to do more sales, you know?
Right, but there's always the possibility that it doesn't. Like you can't you can assume.
No, look,
you can assume, but there's still the option. Like there's still
but I'm telling you, they would have been expecting more sales either way. So it's like not a surprise to them that the
overall sales, yes, because there's a lot of console players. I'm just talking about from PC where it's affected most. I don't think there was a big sales difference from what they probably were expecting. We're not them. Here we can say, oh well, they sold a lot. That's expected because they sold so much of the previous game. Okay, but we don't get the specific numbers of what was sold on just that, because they did sell overall more. Okay, but I don't know what was the difference was on PC for Borderlands 2 as it is to now, and whether or not Steam was affected by that. It doesn't seem like it because they had such numbers total, but I don't think they've sat there and said, well, we had this many sales on PC alone during this time frame. All right. And it was more than Borderlands 2.
It doesn't matter, because Borderlands is a shit company, or 2K is a shit company too, or whatever. Gearbox, that's what it is.
I'm not even gonna lie, you lost me a long time ago.
What did I?
Bro, you lost me. You lost me, dude.
Go find them.
You were saying, they did more with Epic. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a sequel. They're gonna do more. And then you started going off, and you lost me.
Okay, well, I'll give you the fact that I lost you. The moral of the story was we just can't figure out like what it is between Steam, what it would have been with Steam, and what it would have been with Epic, you know, based off of the previous game. That was kind of the moral of my story. But I digress. In the same realm, we'll slap back to Microsoft. And a few weeks ago, we were talking about how excited we were for Halo. But it was announced, unfortunately, I believe it was Monday or Sunday of this week, so like 3-4 days ago, where this is being recorded on the 15th of August, that Halo Infinite has been delayed for this foreseeable future. They claim 2021, but I'm just gonna say the foreseeable future because they didn't say spring, they didn't say summer, and they didn't say, holiday.
Yeah,
So,
probably holiday.
unfortunate. Maybe a lot of their claims of the game not looking so well, like because it was a beta, like an early development beta, that maybe that was just talk, and they were like, "Shit, people are not happy with how this shit looks." I wouldn't be surprised if next summer we finally get a release date. It's for next fall, as in November, and the game looks completely different.
I mean, I'd also say, like, COVID probably put a big impact on
Oh,
the
I'm
development.
100% not doubting that. I'm not mad at the company.
So they're probably a couple months behind. I'd rather them delay it another year than get something and be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm disappointed the game isn't coming out just because there has been this build up, this hype. Okay, as far as being a Halo fan, this kind of hype to get to this point in general. But I'm 100% on the side of, if the game needs to be delayed to make it perfect, do it. As depressing as it's been, because what we're seeing is that a lot more companies are not afraid to do it. A good example is Cyberpunk 2077. That game was initially announced in 2011. I remember watching that E3 when I was like 12. All right, and now it's coming out in November of this year. So that's after delay after delay after delay. And the only thing I can say is that I'm certain that this is going to be the game of the year, the biggest thing in the past couple years, probably because of how much work they did put into it to make it perfect. And that's something that I hope 343 can, imitate with Halo or Halo Infinite, and I hope it's a really good game. And like I said, I would not be surprised if the graphics look tremendously different the next time we see gameplay.
Dude, you saw Craig? He looks smooth as hell.
I know, like, the fact that it was so quick to it have been being July 24th or whatever when they had the Microsoft thing, to now just two almost 3 weeks later, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to go back and work on it for the foreseeable future. It just kind of shows that they weren't really ready, or they thought they were ready but were not expecting the kind of feedback that we as a community presented them, and they were like, ah, shit,
Man,
where did we fuck
there
up?
were so, like, within 12 hours,
minutes, dude.
that
Minutes
fucking
people were
people coming out with just memes upon memes of fucking Craig, man. That
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, look, the gameplay looked good, but like it looked different, and I was okay with that.
different.
Gameplay is, I'm not gonna know how the gameplay actually is good or if it's bad until I play it. I can look at it all day and I can hear stuff about it, but that doesn't mean shit to me until I'm playing it, But I can look at a game and be like, wow, this is a real step down from something that came out 5 years ago, And then it's like holy shit, like, what's been happening? Because granted, I get COVID, but 5 years of development.
Well, yeah, that's why they
And it still
delayed
looks like
it,
that?
because
No, I get the reason for developing, like for delaying it, I mean,
yeah.
but just like
That video
5
was
years.
probably made last year at some point, and they haven't been able to make another gameplay video because of everything that's been going on. Or if they did, it was extremely rushed.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, I've seen stuff be more polished from like Activision, where like, and I know Call of Duty graphics aren't the fucking biggest deal, and a good example is Infinity Ward made a game 3 years ago, all right, under a different engine, had the time to develop a new engine for Modern Warfare, okay, changed the combat system basically back to what it used to be, but also added newer elements to it, all right, completely revamped a shitty battle royale themselves that they were given from Blackout or whatever that nasty garbage was, and then made a fantastic game with a solid campaign as well. In 3 years, you know, I know that's not as big of a company, like employee wise. There's just no way that they're as big of a company as 343 with the resources that Microsoft gives them. You know, it just it seems a little daunting. You know, if it was something like, there's a lot of bugs that we still haven't worked out yet because of certain things, so we're delaying it a couple months, I'd understand that.
Well, that's
all right, and I even understand them delaying it further to make sure the game's good. I'm okay with them delaying it. It's just that, like, there's a lot of visual problems that make no sense to me. Like, this stuff should have been figured out the first couple of years of development, not the back end.
It depends. I mean, polishing it up is definitely going to be the back end.
Well, right, but they should have the base of, like, what the characters look like, what everything renders out as. They've been showing Halo games at E3 for years now, and, like, you trying to tell me that Craig looks better than the fucking brutes in Halo Reach?
Halo 2 brutes, man. Halo 2 brute. I mean, even Halo 2 Anniversary, like, it's a very large step down. I mean, that brute.
Right.
I'm gonna just post a picture so we all have a reference.
I think
just
the average fan of
so
Halo, like, just knows the difference, but it's just
he
like,
honestly he looks like a nutsack, like a bald nutsack. I don't like look at his head, dude.
Oh my god, that was in a trailer.
Yes.
Man, that looks like
he looks like if Thanos was fucking anemic.
10-year-old game, dude.
Like,
yeah, I mean, look, the color palette for the game is a lot brighter than any of the other Halos, in my opinion. It looks so much brighter. Every other Halo game kind of looks, they're bright, but they're darkened down, like there's a darker tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, I've never really played Halo, but like if somebody showed me that picture,
you'd think that it was like a PS3 game or something.
Yeah, someone told me it's like from like, bro, Halo's Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, like the world looks pretty decent, but like when you're looking at the weapons and when you're looking at the AI, it's like, ooh, you know, like, what exactly am I looking at today? You know, it's yucky because you see older games and, like, look, granted, I get and I'm almost certain that the color scheme they were going for was to sort of mimic Halo Wars 2, because that's the most recent game that's come out. The enemies are the same enemies from that game, so it makes sense that a lot of them would carry the same color palette over. But it's like, I feel like all they did was zoom in on a character in Halo Wars, which, for those who don't know, Halo Wars is a top-down, you know, RTS, like a real-time strategy game. They probably zoomed in on a brute and said, yeah, that's a little blurry, but I think it'll work. And they just threw it in there, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't even know.
This comparison between a Halo 3 brute and that one, like, they look pretty
identical.
Yeah,
like their smoothness is identical.
Yeah.
Except, you know, this brute looks more menacing. Like, even that brute looks exactly like the same type of brute you see in Halo Reach. In Halo Reach,
Craig just looks
is cleaner.
He just looks so blank.
He looks gentle, dude.
Yeah, bro, he looks so blank.
Bro, he looks like he's about to walk up to a tree and start lipping the leaves off of it.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got some work. It's definitely upsetting to see it coming out late. But I'd rather hear the game came out great.
He looks like if you blew in his nose, he'd flinch, dude.
He probably has to wear like a windscreen over his nose. On God.
Bruh, his fucking lips look like credit or debit.
If none of you guys have seen the Craig meme from Halo Infinite, go ahead and just do yourself a quick Google search and you'll just know exactly what we're talking about. It's it is a thing. Oh jeez.
Oh jeez.
Ah jeez.
Oh jeez.
Ah jeez. Man, I've never played Halo, but yeah, that's.
Dude, can we get you to play Halo? Can I play through it with you?
Nah, I'm good.
You got it, dude. You got it.
I'm busy, man. I'm a busy man.
Yeah, Warzone taking up too much time nowadays.
Yeah, there's no way Halo is better than Warzone, dude.
Listen, certain aspects.
Taking as a third party. Let me find.
You're not a third party. What do you mean?
No, not me.
Then what do you mean by third party?
Hold on. as a log, as a third party.
Spit it out,
Tell
buddy.
me what you think of that picture. Trying to find not a CGI. It'll be a second. Trying to find a picture of Tartarus. Like
Oh, tartar sauce? Never been a
in
fan.
game.
You want to hear some bullshit? When I was younger, I was at a family gathering, and
All right.
my family was making someone. It was like my uncle or my cousin-in-law or something. He made me like a fucking like ham and cheese sandwich or something, like chicken and cheese or like
Let
with
me guess. They
mayo.
put
And
fucking tartar
motherfucker
sauce.
put
on
horseradish on my sandwich.
it. Wow.
God, it sounds like Mav over here trying to poison everybody that one night.
What
That
are
was
you
the last
talking
day I was
about?
myself. Ever since then,
Ever since then, I've been a
Oh.
shell.
I've been a shell.
Yeah, imagine coming home one day and Mav's like, "Hey, I'm making dinner tonight," and you're like, "Oh yeah?
Oh
What you
no
making,
no.
man?"
I said
Super excited, and he goes, "Kielbasa with sauerkraut."
Okay, it's
And I'm
sauerkraut
like,
and kielbasa, not.
what's the difference? It's I worded it backwards.
Yeah,
It
dude.
doesn't take away from how nasty it
What are you
sounded.
talking about, dude? Sauerkraut and kielbasa
Mav, you were the
is
only
so
one who
good.
ate it.
You
Yeah,
guys
'cause you
wouldn't
wasn't
even
making it for
try
us.
it. You guys are little babies. You're like, oh no, I can't try that. Oh, I can't do
Because
it.
I don't like it. Why would I try something I don't like?
Yeah, sauerkraut. Not
You've
good,
never
man.
had sauerkraut though.
How are you gonna tell me I've
100%
never
have.
had sauerkraut?
You've never had my sauerkraut.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude! I saw you pour it from a jar into the crock pot,
What are you
bitch.
talking about, man? I've pickled that cabbage from
Oh,
fucking
yeah, dude.
birth.
Under your fucking bed, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
You stupid idiot, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I pickled that cabbage myself.
Yeah, that shit's not good, man. I don't know.
Well,
how
that's
you like
just
it,
your
but man,
opinion, now isn't it?
I guess it is because I like blue cheese, and not a lot of people like.
You
that
like
either,
chunky
but
fucking ranch?
chunky
it's not chunky
ranch.
ranch. It tastes so different to me.
Sorry.
Ryan's like, bro, blue cheese hit different.
It do hit different on God.
Yeah, it hit like out of date.
Yeah, bro, it's
Man, I just like my cheese, dude. I'll eat cheese on literally anything, and
then
know
just
why,
use
it's like-
cheese. You don't
but I like cheese, and then I like blue cheese. It's different. I don't eat it all the time, but like occasionally it'd be like,
All right,
you
here.
know what?
Let me
trying to hit
throw in
different
my
tonight.
2 cents. I don't mind little blue cheese crumbles in my salad, but sometimes they're too strong. Same thing with like buffalo like at Bricks, which is like this bar, sports bar, whatever. They sell like pizzas there. They have a buffalo chicken pizza and they put blue cheese crumbles on it, and I don't mind it on that. But sometimes there's really big piece of fucking blue cheese on there, and they're strong as
Dude,
hell.
yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Potent.
There are sometimes where there is that strong. Blue
Like it
cheese.
just like I
But if
bite
it's-
into that big old chunk, and I'm like, I feel like I'm sinning, dude.
I
I feel like you're not supposed to be eating this.
Imagine just taking a full
But
mouthful.
if it's a good
blue
consistency,
cheese.
man, and if it's not too strong, it is real good. in my
Okay, well,
opinion.
it's
'Cause it's
never
just ranch
either
at
of
that
those, so I mean,
At that
Nah,
point,
I mean, it's not just ranch.
no, yeah,
though,
at that
man.
point it's chunky ranch.
But the ranch, like even if the parts that don't have the blue cheese physically in it taste different, like the so-called ranch portion of it tastes different.
Nah,
and
bro,
I like
blue
it.
cheese and ranch do not taste too far apart.
Similar, no, they're different to me. I can taste the difference like a motherfucker. Like if I'm at B-Dubs or something and I ask for a blue cheese, for my fucking wings, I'm gonna taste the difference.
Oh, so you're
It's
eating
not gonna be
you're eating
pleasant.
blue cheese with your wings too?
yeah, bro, he eats blue
Oh,
cheese
God,
with
somebody
everything.
get
I
this
saw
guy
him dip his
some
pizza
help.
in it, bro.
I would.
Oh, man.
Stop.
I mean, you're the type of motherfucker that dips his ranch and like his pizza. in
Bro, I
ranch
dip
like
my
that.
ranch in pizza.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. But
You like your butter garlic sauce with your pizza.
dude, I eat the crust with it. Yeah. Well, you got a
Yeah, bro,
problem?
He likes his garlic sauce with
You
everything.
Eat your
Bro,
keyboard
his
with it
pizza,
too,
his
man.
keyboard, bro, everything.
Dude, ooh. One of my keys doesn't work
wanna tell the-
anymore.
you wanna
No,
tell
I
the
don't want to tell the
story?
story because it makes me mad. I don't want to tell the story.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell the story.
It's gonna make me
Since
mad.
I've never had a chance to defend myself.
What?
So
There
what?
there is no
Do you
defense.
want to
You
tell a story,
fucked
or
up.
can I tell a story? Do you want to tell a story,
Man,
or
I'm
can I
not
tell
gonna
a
lie.
story?
It was pretty funny being just the person in the fly on the wall in that
Do
situation.
you want to tell the story, or can I tell the story?
Then tell it. Tell it.
Tell it.
All right, so look, I don't even know the setting. Or I know the setting. I just don't know the full story. Because
What do you mean? You caused it.
Look. It was a blur after a certain point, and I just about like 2 minutes before.
I remember the whole thing.
Look, I forgot the rest 2 minutes before. Like it just was a blur because of the anger that I witnessed. All right.
Can I say something real quick?
No.
That was probably the angriest I've ever been, like that fast.
All right, so look, I don't remember what happened before this, but all I remember is like I saw he was like watching a video. He might have had a headset on, and I guess he was eating pizza. So I was like, I'm gonna scare Zach while he's watching this video with his headset on. So I creep up behind him and like give his shoulders a little shake and like say ah, and then he has a cup of garlic butter like pizza sauce in his hand.
It up, dude. It was
Motherfucker
melted.
had a cup of heated up melted garlic sauce in his hand, and he's watching a video at his desk. And he like jumps. I scared him good.
No. No, most of that was from you shaking me when you went ah.
See, he was a small little boy back then or something. So I must have shook him too hard and scared him or something. I just gave him a little jolt. That's all I remember. And then he tossed all the garlic sauce into his keyboard, like a little I don't know. But he got garlic sauce all on his keyboard, and I guess it was my fault.
Yes.
But
Dude, it was so funny.
I was just like, oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't.
Why'd
you have it in your hand?
That was literally the angriest I think I have ever been at any of you.
But look, like, why was he holding it?
Nothing has ever come close to how mad I was at that moment.
Why was he just holding the garlic sauce?
Because I was fucking dipping my crust in it.
Bro.
But why wasn't it on the table?
Bro, it's because he can't multitask. He has to focus so fucking much on dipping his pizza into that garlic butter,
okay,
dude.
So you dip it. He doesn't want it to fall on the...
Yeah,
you dip it and you pick it up, and then it just
I guess we don't eat over our plates anymore. Fucking idiot.
I didn't have a plate.
No, we don't
I had a pizza box next to me and didn't have a plate in front of me.
So you're just not eating over a plate? You're eating over a little cup of garlic butter as your plate.
Yeah. Yeah, in case any crumbs drop, it's in there.
Your fucking keyboard was your plate.
Oh, man.
But look. Here's the thing. I went to my room. I apologize, Zach.
He immediately...
I apologize. And I just went to my room right after and was like, fuck. And I hopped on my computer, my clean keyboard. I Googled Ducky Shine or whatever the fuck keyboard he has, and I ordered it. And I was like, I just texted him. I was like, hey, man, I ordered you a new keyboard. And then he I don't remember if he came into my room.
I did. I came into your room after about 30 minutes and was like, hey.
He's like, hey, man, I got most of it cleaned out. I really hope you didn't really order that. Because I was like,
they're like,
no, I didn't order it.
$150 keyboards. Like they're
I was like, no, yeah, I didn't order it. And then right when he left, I got my money back. Because I did order him a keyboard.
God, dude. I just remember the situation divulged. He has his headset over his ears completely. He's eating his food. And I turn around because I always have one cup off of my ear.
From then on, I one cupped it too. Yep.
Yeah, I always do that because I always had to listen to people, especially my girlfriend lived with us too. So if she ever wanted to yell something at me, I'd lift my ear up. He said didn't want to get bitched at. But so I heard Log approaching, and I remember turning and looking, and he gives me the one finger over the mouth, and then I start watching, I peer my head towards Mav to see the situation go down. I don't think Log saw that he had food, because I definitely the shock in your face.
If I knew he had a cup of garlic butter in his hand, I wouldn't have done it.
I imagine Ryan turned around looking, it slowly started to piece together in his mind, he's gonna scare him while he's eating pizza.
Yeah.
Wait, he has garlic butter in his hand. Wait, he's gonna scare him.
The words couldn't come out of my mouth fast enough. I think the only thing I said was
the little impulses when going through trying to.
Well, it's just when I turned around and heard him, he was already about to put his hands on your shoulder. So I wasn't too sure of what was going down. Oh God,
Dude, one day when
So-
we get the funds, I want to get somebody to like animate that story. I feel like that'd be
God, it's
a
funny
good
as shit.
animation, dude. Like,
Like a Rooster Teeth animated adventures kind of.
never
deal.
watched
Just
those,
fucking-
but I guess yeah.
Well, Mav knows what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I think that'd be funny as fuck. Yeah, I love that story so much. Just being the fly on the wall. I couldn't. Mav, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have said something
No, you wouldn't have.
if I could have reacted fast enough. But there's always a part of me that just like really wants to see something funny happen. So like even
Kind of like that time that
if I
we
did-
opened like a.
even if I did slow mo, piece it together with my little autism brain, okay, I probably wouldn't have said anything.
Kind of like that time that,
Like, you know
that we opened 100 tabs or 100 separate windows of porn on your computer and then
God.
locked it like nothing was happening, but
God.
we had all of them set to play as soon as
Yeah,
you
see, it's
opened
always
it.
funny when it doesn't happen to you.
I literally I remember that situation perfectly. I get off of work, all right. I go sit down. I put my headset on. I turn my
I
computer goes
still
into
have a
full on into
Snapchat
sleep
video
mode.
of it happening.
And oh, do you? I just remember like putting my headset on, and the first thing I hear is, "Oh yeah," and it's like, but it was over like 100 times, just all these different fucking sex noises, and I freaking the fuck out.
You're like, what are
I
these
still-
noises? I've never heard them before.
I'm a virgin. No.
I'm a virgin.
I just
No,
hear it.
It's like,
Oh
scared the
no,
shit out of
oh
me.
gosh, what is all this? What's going on?
But yeah, there's a bunch of good
It's just
times
like-
in apartment B201. That was looking back at it, that was definitely the funniest. Because it's a good one to always bring up again. Because his keyboard probably
Yeah.
still smells like
It does.
Garlic
Yeah,
butter.
like my
garlic butter.
a lot of my keys, like, okay, not a lot of them, but there's a select few. Like my equals key doesn't work.
I'll use that one anyway.
Oh yeah.
Him when he's trying to run in fucking PUBG. Oh man.
Times. Apartment B201. Yeah, I want to get that animated one day, man. I just
Yeah.
want to see it animated.
Yeah, there's a couple stories that will probably pop up. There's one that I like is related to me specifically.
Oh
that
yeah,
I'm
we
just
should
not
tell that
gonna-
one next week. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
next week. There's like a few related to me that I want to talk about. We can. I know it's
Little
not the
Kylo
one.
Ren looking
Um,
ass.
Oh, that.
No, that's a good one. Well, it's not really a good story. It's like it's just a good mention. There was like around the time the fucking Kylo Ren meme came out, where he was shirtless, but his pants were like all the way up to his belly button, and he just looked like a fucking Roblox character. My girlfriend was pregnant, and she had these big maternity leggings, and I thought it'd be funny to fucking put them on. And when I did, they came all the way up to my nipple. And so I came out into the living room shirtless with with these leggings all the way up to my nipples, and I said some dumb shit that Kylo Ren would say. It was funny as fuck.
I know what I need to do, but I don't think I have the strength to do it.
I wish it was that, but that movie hadn't come out yet. So I just think I think episode episode 8 just came out when that had gone down. But that was funny as fuck. No, the one that came to mind that I don't have, we might have talked about this with Log before, Mav, but you know, you always like when you have roommates, you always just like wonder if you'll ever hear them boning.
Are you talking
next
about the
to
time I
another.
thought I heard a chihuahua? Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, I've always tried to be like,
We were in the
mean,
middle
me
of playing
specifically.
Mario Kart together, and you just fucking left me.
well, you were in the middle of playing.
No,
Mario
you
Kart.
were there next to me playing. We were playing together, man.
Look, dude, I think the boys got my back here. Okay, you get that text and it's just like, put the shit down. You just fucking walk away. All right, like you're Spider-Man, like you're like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3, just walking down the street doing his little dance. Okay, you walk into the bedroom. You know what you're going there for. Okay, I thought we were. I mean, look, I thought we were being pretty quiet, but I guess that wasn't the case because I get a text, okay, that I don't see until after we're done being like, hello? And then I go out there. when we're-
This motherfucker,
we're all
this dude
finished.
had the nerve to
And-
text me afterward because I went to my room, obviously, to fucking drown out my thoughts. And this dude had the nerve to text me and say, hey, where'd you go, man? I thought we were playing together. Like nothing. What is happening?
Well, because I was sitting there didn't think that you heard us having sex, but you did. And I come out in the living room, he's not there, and I'm like, hey man, where you at? And you're like, in my room. And I go over to his door and I open it and I'm like, are you okay, buddy? And he goes, yeah, man, yeah, I'm fine. And I immediately realize what had happened, and I go,
It's gonna be okay.
"It's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
okay,
exactly what
buddy."
it was. It's gonna be okay.
I was like, it's gonna be okay. I'd be like, I think I was just like, I know I haven't heard you directly, but I'm like 97% sure I know when it's happening. So like, it's not a big deal, man. And he was just like, no, yeah, okay. And then like he came out 30 minutes later.
I had to get my thoughts together.
I just remember like the way he described like everything.
Dude.
He's not gonna repeat it here, but it was fucking funny as shit. And basically hearing the play-by-play from Zach's perspective,
My little pea brain putting everything together.
it was funny as fuck.
I'm glad I
dude.
never experienced that.
Yeah, well,
I honestly don't think you were home that night. I think you were out or something.
I was probably just locked in my room.
I mean, maybe, but I don't really even remember like half the times we were there. So, that was just fucking funny. I always think back to that day, how awkward it made me feel. It was good. Good
Ah,
times.
good time.
Alright.
oh jeez.
Oh
Good
man,
times.
oh,
ah,
jeez.
geez.
But if you guys don't have anything to talk about, I think we're gonna go ahead and cut it.
I think we summed it all up.
Alrighty. Thank you everybody for watching this week. I'm gonna throw this out there for anybody who is actively watching. If you have any ideas for people who you might want to see on the podcast one day, or any ideas like that, I'm thinking about starting to reach out to some people. So just kind of throw your ideas out there. Or if you're somebody who knows us directly and you want to be on and you think you have something to talk about, feel free to reach out to one of us, like any of us, and we'll definitely see about getting that set up. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and head out. See you guys. Thank you. Good night. Bye.